You got to think that the confidence that he's built up in this game is certainly carrying over so far. That one is scorching the air to left field. Back, track, and touch them all. How do you like that, Gunabori? His second home run of the game, and it's 8-4 Brown. 3-2 pitches on his way. The runner goes. That one is skied in the air to left field, going way back, way back, way back. Touch them all. I wasn't sure if that ball was going to continue to carry, but Anton Lazich will touch them all for a 2 RBI homer and extends Columbia's lead to 8-4. In the backfield is Percy. Robertson rolls out, rolls to the right, throws it to Cronin. Touchdown, Marblehead. Robertson takes the snap, throws it to the inside. Cronin's going to run it up the field. He's got a block. He's going to go at the 20. He's going to be brought down just inside the 10-yard line. Hands off to Percy. He runs it in. Touchdown, Marblehead. Drops back, looks right, got Cronin. Cronin makes the catch, runs it up the field. He's got wide open room. Cronin! He's going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Marblehead. And Marblehead storms the field, and they are moving on in the MIAA State Football Playoffs. What a save by Matsukis, and continuation to be the story of the afternoon thus far. I mean, we talked about it during the second period, how Sophia Matsukis, look at this 2-on-1 right there. You got one defender back, and Killian, and Matsukis again stands on her head and makes another timely save for Union. What a way to start, as they are starting with their top line to get things going here to begin the second period. In a moment that she's worked hard for her. But as far as the game is concerned, if you're the Terriers, you've got to build off what you're able to do towards the end of the second period and continue that momentum going into the third. Full advantage of space and time there for UNH. As Judicus, as we take a look at the replay, Judicus was able to find just a little bit of light.
On 4, and the lead is cut in half.
You make my heart sing, wild thing. Oh my God. Craig, did I not tell you? Focus on one shift at a time. One shift at a time, possession at a time. Alex Allen, talk about from the point and the redirect. Oh my goodness.
Why did you mess up a good thing? Why? That's reason number one why I'm so pissed off and annoyed with Bill Belichick today. Why did you mess up a good thing? You, in the last couple of weeks, you got back-to-back wins. I don't care about who the opponents were. You got wins. That's what matters in the NFL. You got the back-to-back wins against the Lions. You got another win last week against the Cleveland Browns on the road. And then going into last night's game, you had a decision. Who's going to be under center? Is it going to be Mac Jones or is it going to be Bailey Zappi? Zappi had shown you that he has pretty good command of the offense. And there have been people that have been talking about his arm strength and lack thereof. It is not as strong as Mac Jones. And what's funny is that Mac Jones doesn't even have a strong arm. You know what his arm really reminds me of? Chad Pennington from the early 2000s when he was a former quarterback of the New York Jets. That's what his arm honestly reminds me of. But the point is, decision-making. That's the difference between Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi in 2022. Don't sit here and talk to me about what he did last year and all the accolades, being an all-pro and being named to the Pro Bowl. I don't care about any of that. The NFL is about what have you done for me lately. That's what it's always been about. You want things to go your way, to be perfect, so that you can feel better about yourselves. Instead of coming to grips with the fact that you did not perform up to par when things mattered the most. So no, if I'm Major League Baseball, I'm telling these baseball fans, go kick sand. Go kick sand. Go pound sand. That's what I'm telling you. Because if there's one thing in life that is proven to be true time and time again, when you show the inability to step up when the moment matters most, you are the victim of your own undoing. This wasn't a case of a bad call or a bad penalty or just some sort of misfortune. No, this wasn't a case of the misfortune. This was a case of, oh my God, my team had to play in the wild card round and it got hosed. Shut up. Just shut up, please. You got what you deserved. And you had to pay the price because you did not show up. Ultimately, what I've come to realize as I was reading through the Twitter comments on Monday, and I'm seeing people complaining, crying left and right, even seeing baseball writers and pundits like Mike Lupica, a longtime baseball writer in New York for the Daily News, basically having to scream on top of their lungs on Twitter about why is it that you fans, I'm paraphrasing what he said, but he basically was saying, you want baseball to change its postseason formats because your team failed? Get a grip of yourselves. This is the equation of, I want a trophy too, so we all must get participation trophies, and we must have a system where everybody gets a participation trophy. That's not how life works. That's not sports. That's not reality. So if you want to continue to live in this warped reality of, well, I must get this trophy because I am entitled. I work so hard all regular season to win 95 plus games, 100 plus games, or whatever the amount is. And yet, when it came time for you to step up to the plate, you couldn't even do that. No. We have become a generation full of sissified individuals that have translated over into sports, feeling that we were wrong because we did not like the system that was created. Kevin Durant is a top 3 player in the NBA right now. No question. No one's questioning his credentials. And if you're an NBA fan that's questioning his credentials, especially if you're a Celtics fan, you're crazy. You're absolutely crazy. But we can't talk about Kevin Durant without talking about the age factor. Kevin Durant is going to be, or is, 34 years old. And you got to think that at some point that age will begin to catch up for a guy that has played a lot of basketball, who's got a lot of thread that is unraveling on them tires. That's something to very heavily think about. The way I look at this Kevin Durant situation is this. If you're the Boston Celtics, are you telling me that you are more willing to pursue a well-aged thoroughbred of a horse than sticking with the young horse who is developing quite nicely into a perennial all-star with the Boston Celtics? Do you want the Ford 150 truck that's got 150,000 miles on it? Or would you go with the new Ferrari who's got less than 30,000 miles? You pick and choose. But as for me, if I am the Boston Celtics, you don't make this move. First reason, age. He's got 4 more years left on his deal. Who is to honestly say that you're going to still get the same offensive production in ages 35, 36, 37, and 38 than you are going to get currently now from ages 30 to 34? There is no guarantee. But what about LeBron James? LeBron James is truly an anomaly. truly, I've never seen an athlete in the NBA, we're talking specifically in the NBA, who takes care of his body the way that LeBron James does. Kevin Durant is not a LeBron James. He's not even LeBron James with his physique. The only reason why, if, let's say, for example, that LeBron James, if his name came up and said, LeBron James is available via trade, and I say, you know what, make the deal, it's because despite that he has played a lot of miles, that man takes care of his body like unlike anyone else in the league, including Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, I'm not entirely sure. Yes, he's in great shape. He's as slim as a third line, red line rail. But as far as the reality, as far as what you're gonna get during those final 4 years, again, those are ages 34 to maybe up to 37 or 38. That should concern you. Now, shifting from the NHL to the NFL, the Patriots. Oh, man. I was at the game Monday night at Gillette, and I couldn't believe just the way that the crowd reacted to the offensive struggles of the New England Patriots, the first 3 offensive drives. And I want to get your thoughts on the way that Bill Belichick handled the quarterback conundrum, because I really do think it was a conundrum. Mac Jones should not have started on Monday night. And as well as, do you believe that Bill Belichick handled this situation correctly now that we know that Mac Jones is going to be starting against the New York Jets at MetLife Stadium on Sunday? Why or why not?
I think there are certainly several red flags that are coming to a head as we approach November. And, Belichick, for all the success, the 6 Super Bowl titles as a head coach, 2 as a defensive coordinator with the Giants, he always gets the benefit of the doubt, right? Usually he gets the benefit of the doubt. But there are 3 issues, and I wrote about this on NESN.com in August. There was no real plan at offensive coordinator.